Hi, my name is Kelly Uding. I'm going to be doing the terms or flashcards instead of doing the safemeds paper. I do have my note cards right here. I have them in 3 separate piles just so it's a little bit easier for me to be organized and make sure I get all of the definitions done. Okay, I'm going to start. The removal of a set amount of reinforcers contingent on inappropriate behavior. This is going to be response costs. And then I have a group of stimuli that all share some common element, e.g. color, or evoke the same behavior. That's going to be stimulus class. Performing a neutral antecedent with an unconditioned antecedent stimulus. That one's going to be respondent condition. Reinforcing successive approximations to a desired behavior, shaping. A group of behaviors that all produce the same outcome is going to be functional response class. A dependent relation between events, if one occurs, then the other will also occur, is going to be contiguity. Closeness of events in time is contingency. The amount of time a behavior occurs from its onset to its offset is going to be duration. The purpose of a behavior serves the function. The amount of force of a behavior is magnitude. The amount of time between the onset of a stimulus and the occurrence of a behavior is latency. The form of a behavior is going to be topography. The number of occurrences of behavior per unit of time is going to be frequency. And then an antecedent stimulus that evokes a response because it has been met with reinforcement in the past is going to be discriminative stimulus. For my next group cards, an added antecedent stimulus that increases the likelihood that a discriminative stimulus will evoke a desired response prompt. Stimulus that gains reinforcing properties by being paired with primary or previously conditioned reinforces is schedule of reinforcement. Stimuli that are biologically important and that do not have to be conditioned to increase the behavior occurring again under unconditioned reinforcers. The position that what you believe should change in the face of conflicting evidence. Evidence should guide your beliefs. Physiologic doubt. A previously neutral stimulus that is paired with a variety of backup reinforcers and thus gains reinforcing capacity when presented after a behavior is conditioned reinforcers. Environmental conditions that alter the effectiveness of a reinforcing or punishing event and alter the frequency of behavior followed by the event is motivating operations. A biological condition in which a stimulus is highly reinforcing due to its absences in the immediate past is deprivation. Biological condition in which a stimulus temporarily loses reinforcement capacity due to its decreased deprivation is satiation. A previously neutral stimulus that is paired with a variety of backup reinforcers and thus gains reinforcing capacity when presented after a behavior is generalized condition reinforcer. Breaking down complex or multiple step behaviors or skills into small, easier to teach subtasks is task analysis. A schedule in which reinforcement is contingent on the frequency of a response is ratio schedule. A stimulus that comes after the response is consequence. Reinforcing individual responses in a specific order to form a complex behavior that is chaining. A schedule in which a reinforcement is provided on the first response after a time period is interval schedule. Removal of a stimulus which produces a decrease in the behavior that it follows is negative punishment. Reinforcement after some but not all of the responses is intermediate reinforcement. Environmental condition when a previously reinforced behavior is no longer reinforced is extinction. Okay, our last set of cards. the way. The addition of a stimulus which produces a decrease in the behavior that it follows. Decrease in the behavior is positive punishment. The universe is lawful is going to be detrimentalism. Ruling out all simple cases before expecting complicated ones. Ruling them out before parsimony. The practice of objective observation is empiricism. An organism's interaction with the environment that produces a detectable change in the environment. Detectable change, behavior. Performing a behavior under different conditions from training or menting a different behavior that serves the same purpose as the one taught in training. Serves the one purpose is generalization. Reinforcement that is produced directly through engagement in the behavior. This reinforcement is not socially mediated. Automatic reinforcement. Performing a behavior over time, long after training. Easy is maintenance. Changing behavior by programming for certain reinforcing or punishing consequences to occur after the behavior occurs. That one is operant conditioning. Performing a behavior with sufficient accuracy and speed to increase the likelihood of maintenance and generalization. Fluency. Pairing a neutral antecedent stimulus with an unconditioned antecedent stimulus to elicit response. That is classical conditioning. The removal of a stimulus following a response that increases the response in the future. The future is negative reinforcement. When responding occurs in the presence of an antecedent stimulus, does not occur in its absence. That one's going to be stimulus control. Some stimulus is presented after a behavior, and this increases the future occurrence of the behavior. This increases the future occurrence of this behavior is positive reinforcement. And then a stimulus that comes before a response is going to be antecedent. Thank you very much. Just so you can see my cards. I don't know if they were in the video completely. They're all handwritten out. That's some of them right there from the third group. And then just so you can see some from the second group. This is them. And then obviously, as you can see, the answer is not on them. Thank you.